Started.
Yes, absolutely. So hi, everyone. A very warm welcome to all the students and all the parents from the Olympiad Success family. So everyone, like we are here for a demo and interaction program for grade 5 science. And like the flow of this session would be like, first of all, there would be an introduction by Mr. Nitin Godawat, who is the director of the company Olympiad Success. Then an introduction by your mentor, Dr. Ushma. After that, there would be a PPT, okay, wherein we would be covering the details about this course. So like you have any questions, any doubts related to this course, you can write it down in the chat section and we will be happy to answer all your queries. Okay. And after the PPT, we would be having a short tour of our Olympiad Success platform, wherein you will understand like what all you would be getting when you enroll to this program. And after that, we will be starting with the demo session for which you all are here, right? Okay, so over to you, Nitin sir.
Yeah, thanks, Aarti, and hello to ma'am. We have Dr. Ushma. She is actually a practicing doctor. She is an endocrinologist, and out of her passion and out of her, I think, connect with the students, she tries to make sure that she gets time from her busy schedule. I think it's very tough to actually get her time and that to commitment on a weekly basis that she's going to be available on those specific days. But I think she really teaches with a passion, and I think the best part about her teaching is that she's very, very practical oriented. So you can imagine getting a class from a regular teacher versus from a practicing doctor. The focus is a lot more on practical applications of the concepts, and that is what she's good at. And so what I will do is maybe I can ask Dr. Ushma to provide a brief introduction and yeah, talk about herself.
Hello, everyone. It's such a delight to be at 7 o'clock with such a great, bunch of kids who are interested in science. It's a pleasure to be on the platform of Olympiad Success, and thank you, Nitin sir, for providing this to me. I have been with Olympiad Success. Children, I think there is something, is my audio clear to everyone? Can all of you hear me?
Yeah,
it's fine, right? Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Pranay. Okay, so it's great to be on this platform because all kids, you can be rest assured that you're going to be with the best team of teachers, best team of administrators who are going to look into giving you the best possible coaching in science. Now, as far as I can see, I think this is a group of really smart kids and interested kids. Now, it's not important that you always have to be rank holders to be called smart. What is more important for me as a teacher is I want kids who love science. And as a teacher, it is also my responsibility to make you more interested and more inclined towards the pure science. Okay, so yes, I will definitely be covering up all our topics of the Olympiads, but along with this, my main aim of taking classes, like what Nitin sir already said, I take classes more out of passion. I am professionally a doctor, I'm an endocrinologist, but I am more of a passionate science mentor. So my main goal of this class would be to ignite this passion of science in you, try to take, the best potential out of you. And definitely, yes, Olympiads is very much a target which we are going to be looking at and giving you that passion for science for life. Okay, this is going to be my goal in these 45 sessions that we will be having. I am always free for any kind of doubts that you have about science. There is going to be a regime which we're going to be following in class, but that we will be doing later on when we start off class. I will be telling you how I'll be conducting classes, the pattern or the way the classes are held. But in introduction, I would just like to tell you is here you are in the class to fall in love with science and to excel in science and to get the best potential out of all of you. And I hope, I'll try my level best to get that out of you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks,
you. Ushma, and I believe that you are actually among the first 3 mentors that we have for live classes, and we are fortunate that you have continued to work with us and you get such an amazing feedback from our students. So thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. And it's a pleasure to have you on the platform as well. So like as we were discussing right now about the international rank holders, so I believe we have Syed's parent with us, Syed's father. So I would request him if, if he can speak something about how Syed does his preparation and something about it. So I'm just unmuting you, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Welcome,
Hello.
sir, and congratulations. First of all, I think it's when I know that Syed has been taking our School Plus program from last year, and very, very regular and very, very inquisitive about all the classes, and I think he has attended multiple classes. So we are very fortunate, and I think we really wish him the best of luck. So if you can just tell the parent as to how you're preparing and how do you maintain the discipline.
Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and it's really a pleasure to with you join now. Actually, my son, how I explain, he is very much obedient, alhamdulillah. And
सर अगर आप हिंदी में बोलना चाहते हैं हिंदी में बोल सकते हैं सर.
एक्चुअली मैं कैसे शुक्रिया अदा करूं आप लोग सबों का. इसमें अगर मेरा बेटा कुछ अगर अचीवमेंट हासिल किया है तो credit goes to, of course, to his teacher and of course his mother too, and as well as his और उसका भी अपना मेहनत बहुत ज्यादा है क्योंकि मेरा बेटा अपना टाइम जो है स्कूल के साथ में मल्टीपल क्लास भी करता है और ही इज वेरी मच ओबिडिएंट, मतलब अपना क्लास भी ज्वाइन टाइम पे करता है. तो मुझे अच्छा है कि आप लोग भी केयर करते हैं और सबसे बड़ी बात है जो टीचर उसके साथ में इन्वॉल्व हैं वो भी उसका अच्छा ख्याल रखते हैं. तो हम एज ए पेरेंट्स ये बोलेंगे कि सारे पेरेंट्स को मेरा ये कहना है कि हमको बच्चों के साथ उनका क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, वो क्या चाहते हैं और उनको टाइम भी देना चाहिए और उनके हर रिक्वायरमेंट को जो जरूरत वाला रिक्वायरमेंट है उसको फुलफिल भी करना चाहिए. ये मैं सारे पेरेंट्स को बोलूंगा क्योंकि हम अगर उनको अगर नहीं कोऑपरेट करेंगे क्या वो चाहते हैं एग्जैक्टली तो शायद ये अचीवमेंट अचीव नहीं कर पाएंगे. तो बच्चों के मेहनत के साथ साथ में पेरेंट्स का भी मेहनत होता है और टीचर का भी मेहनत होता है. डेफिनेटली.
थैंक यू सर. थैंक्स अ लॉट. एंड
लास्ट ईयर उसने मैथमेटिक्स में ही पाया था सेम रैंक. शायद उसने इंटरनेशनल रैंक कुछ 10 या 12 कुछ था मैथ में. आज तो साइंस का निकला है, साइंस का उसका अच्छा रिजल्ट आया. अभी मैथ का रिजल्ट आना बाकी है तो मैं एक्सपेक्ट करता हूँ सब गुड रिजल्ट मोर. इसमें नितिन सर का भी बहुत बड़ा हाथ है, आपका भी सर. आपने हमें तो ज्वाइन करते हैं सर. थैंक यू.
थैंक्स अ लॉट सर. एंड आई थिंक जो सैयद सर ने बोला है कि this is actually a combination of effort from the parents, from the mentors, and obviously the child himself. And I think it is about just keeping the rhythm going and not preparing or doing any last minute preparation, because last minute preparation will definitely not give any good results. But I think if you really want very good results, then the student has to be regular and disciplined. So thanks sir. Thanks a lot sir.
Thank you sir.
Yeah, thank you
we
so
have,
much
Syed also in the call because I think we should has he joined the
he's online also. He's also online.
Acha, to I can't see him.
Yeah, he has actually turned off his video. I've asked him to turn on his video.
You could have just at least okay.
Thank you, my lovely teachers.
ओके. हाँ तो ये अभी चश्मे में आप लग रहे हैं, मेरे को पढ़ा खुद रहे. ठीक है बेटा. थैंक्स अ लॉट. कांग्रेचुलेशंस.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and congratulations to all the kids as well. Like we know that you all put in a lot of effort to get these ranks, and as Ushma ma'am had already told, like getting international ranks is tough, but then like even if you are not getting any international rank, you should not get disheartened. You should keep on practicing and stay motivated always. Okay, so as Syed sir also said that you have to be regular, you have to be persistent with your studies so that you can obtain good ranks, right? So now kids, what I'm doing is I'll be sharing my screen and I'll show you the presentation about this course. So just a moment. Okay. So once again, a very warm welcome to all the students. So we are here for a demo and introduction program for grade 5 science. And to begin with, I'll just give you a brief about Olympiad success. I'm sure that many of you would be knowing about us, but just a brief about Olympiad success. So we are India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad examinations. And we had launched the Olympiad Success live classes in 2020. This is our third year, 22. And again, we are India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiads preparation. And we have one more program by the name of School Plus, wherein we offer 8 courses together. And these 8 courses are math, science, English, logical reasoning. These are for your Olympiads preparation. And the other 4 subjects are communication, which has both spoken and written, Vedic mathematics and coding. So these 4 subjects are essential for your skill building, right? Now, coming up to like what else we are providing this year. So we are providing CBSE classes also for grades 6th till 12th. You can see the details of it on our live batch details page. I've shared all the links in the chat section. We'll be doing that once again in case if you have not copied the links. Then we have started the preparation for one-to-one. We have started the preparation for international mathematics classes, mathematics Olympiads, and these would be one-to-one preparation. By International Mathematics Olympiad, I mean like you would have heard about these examinations like SASMO, CMO, HKIMO, TMO, and many more. So we have started one-to-one preparation for these examinations as well, and we'll be starting with the JEE mains preparation classes as well. Now, these are our rank holders for 2021. Now we are already seeing the rank holders for 21-22, and I congratulate once again all of you, all in the batch sitting right here. So this is the old list. We would be updating this list soon. Now, as we are getting the results, we would be doing that soon. Now discussing about the session details. So your classes would be conducted in group with around 20 students, and the classes will be delivered through Zoom. We will be having 2 sessions per week, and the days will be Monday and Wednesday. The timing will be from 6:30 p.m. till 7:45 p.m. This is as per IST, which is Indian Standard Time. Okay, so these are 75 minutes classes, and you'd be getting a 5-minute break in between. Your sessions would be including a mix of theory, practice questions, doubt sessions, and discussion on previous year papers. You would be getting reading material, practice questions, which will be available on the dashboard of Olympiad Success. And you would be getting a free access to practice topic-wise mock test for science and logical reasoning too on the Olympiad Success platform. Okay, so I will be giving you a tour of the platform soon after this presentation, so you can understand like what I mean by reading material, practice questions, and topic-wise mock test. Okay, and now coming up to the various links. So the link is available, the syllabus is available at this link. So you can just go to this link and have a look at the syllabus, like what all would be going to be, we would be covering in this course. Coming up to the fees. So the fees is rupees 9,560. The total number of sessions in this course are 45. If interested, you can go to this link and make the payment. I would reiterate like what your fees would be including. You would be having live classes, reading notes and exercises, practice of previous year papers, and access to Olympiad Success platform for science and logical reasoning. There is one more thing, like if you enroll today for this program, you are eligible for a free CREST Science Olympiad examination. Okay, so basically CREST Olympiads, in case if you have not heard about it, so CREST Olympiads is Asia's largest online Olympiad examination. So you can just visit their website and check the details. Coming up to the prerequisites, so you should attend these classes using a laptop or a desktop with good internet connectivity and use headphones. Preparation, so kids preparing for Olympiad examinations is a bit tougher than your regular school curriculum because there would be few topics from your higher grades as well. So we would want you to spend few hours every day to cope up with the curriculum. So that's it, kids. Your live classes will be beginning from March 30th, which is a Wednesday, and I hope to see you all there. And finally, I would like to close my presentation by stating one fact about Olympiad Success. So in the academic year 21-22, we had students from more than 3,800 schools across India and abroad, and we have students participating from 35 plus countries. And I once again welcome you all on board. So kids, before we start taking the questions, let me quickly take you through the tour of Olympiad Success platform, and then we can answer all your queries one by one. Okay, so kids, can you see my screen? So what you have to do is like you would be having your login credentials. So once you enroll for this program, you would be getting your email and password. You need to sign in using that. Once you sign in, you have to go to the live classes tab. On the left panel, you can see live classes. Okay. So here, what you can see is like the subject, the topic, view schedule, holiday calendar. So under the subject list, you can see how many subjects you have enrolled to. So right now I have enrolled to all the 8 subjects. So let's say like if I would want to see for science, I'll select science. So all the topics which would be coming under science, like we would be covering. So those would be coming over here. So let's say I select animals. So this is the reading material and these are the practice questions which I was talking about. So once you click on animals reading material set 1, so the PDF opens up and the entire reading material of animals topic can be seen here. Okay. So it's a detailed reading material. Then corresponding to that topic, we have few practice questions as well. This is again in the form of PDF. So you can, practice for this topic from these questions given over here. And we have the answer keys for it as well. So the answer keys, once you click on the answer key, so the answers for the corresponding practice questions would come up. So the answer for 1 would be walk, climb, fly, etc., etc. Okay. Now we have given a detailed schedule as well for this course. So here you can see like in session 1, what we will be covering in session 2, session 3, and so on. So when your course will get completed, when we would be having the mock test and practice of previous year papers, etc., etc. So everything is
So
detailed.
I just want to take a break here. I think so. There was one question, somebody asking, ma'am, please take doubt classes and also test. So
Okay.
just hold on to this screen actually. So you can see that session 20 was actually a test, right? So 24 is also a test. So the way it works is that students are going to be given a test after session 23, which they would have to do at home. We are not going to be utilizing our class time for the test. And before that, the session 24, we are actually going to send the results to all the students. And the test is actually going to be discussed in session 24. Plus, if there are any doubts from that particular topic, that is also going to be covered in session 24. So both doubts as well as tests are going to be done after almost every topic or every second topic. And second thing is that you would also get around 10 to 15 minutes, either in the starting of a session or end of the session, to clarify any doubts from the previous class. So we would try to make sure that all your doubts are taken care of if you're attending these sessions.
Yes, right. And this is the holiday calendar. So basically what all days we would not be having the classes. So we have given a holiday calendar as well. And now coming up to the topic wise mock test, which I was talking about. So like if you go to science, okay, so here you can see like we have given various worksheets of topic wise. So there are around 43 worksheets for you to practice from. Okay, so what you have to do is like you have to click on the take exam button and the instruction page will come. Click on the start worksheet. So these topic wise worksheets are in the form of examination. So you need to read the question, select the answer and move ahead. Okay, so this way you have to proceed. And on the right panel, you can see the total number of questions. So we have 25 questions in each worksheet. So once you are done with the test, you click on the finish button. Then you would be getting the summary of your examination. So on the right hand side, you can see like the total questions, time, score, okay, what the percentage is. And on the main screen, you can see all the questions with the answers. So with what you have answered and with like what the correct answer is. Okay. So like, and what you have to do, like if you would want to see, for example, and now you have gone to the live classes again, and now if you would want to see the answer keys of the test you had given. So what you have to do is just click on the performance tab and click on the view button. Once you click on the view button, your report will come, performance. So I scored a 0. And now I'll click on the review button. So my review page will come. On the answer keys, so you can see the entire answer keys once again. Okay, so these we would be giving you. So on the worksheets tab, you would be getting the science and logical reasoning topic wise worksheets. Okay, so I hope this is clear. And now if you have any doubts, you can please write it down in the chat section so that we can answer you. Okay.
Yeah. There are a couple of queries from Sanidhi Das. So one, she has mentioned that last year she was not aware of this facility. Last year the facility was there, Sanidhi. Most of the students had availed of this facility, but what you can do is you can just talk to a customer care number and see what can be done. The second thing that you mentioned is that improvement is required in the practice paper because last year it was so different from the exam. So many answers were wrong. So I think that is something, see, if you face any challenges, right, or you feel that something is not right, I would say that immediately pick up the phone and just let us know, because there might be something which, see, we have a lot of content developers who are developing the content, and the content is continuously being updated. So in case you find any issues, we'll make sure that that is immediately rectified. Kavya is asking which all subjects are going to be covered. So all 45 sessions are going to be only for science. Right now, today, whatever we are talking about is only for science. Okay.
Yes. And there's one personal question. I have not got my SOF result yet.
Yeah, so you'll have to check with SOF, but that's the only thing I can say.
And 45 sessions for all subjects.
Yeah, I think I've already taken that. The bunch is asking, would I have to pay for the mock test? See, mock test is complimentary along with this course, right? So in case you enroll for this course, all the mock tests, topic-wise mock tests, as well as the final mock test, they will all be part of this course.
And this site will be shared in the group.
So Mokshish, I think we already shared the details of the site in the group earlier, and I think Aarti ma'am is going to be sharing the details once again.
Yeah, Rajan sir has done that. And the fee structure mentioned is only for science.
It is only for science, yes. Okay, are there any other further questions which we can address, or all clear? No queries. Also in last year, no questions were discussed from the book of NSO. Yes, Sanidhi, see, we have our own curriculum, right? So obviously we don't follow, we follow our own curriculum. That's the only thing I say. And we don't follow a specific book. But my recommendation is that if you're getting a booklet from SOF, right? And if you have any further questions, you can definitely discuss in the class. That is what I would do. But we typically don't take questions from that particular book. Okay, or from, for that matter, any other book, but we definitely encourage you to take those questions. And if you face any problems, you can definitely discuss in the class.
So can I just add to that?
Yeah,
Sanidhi, ma'am, I think Sanidhi, okay, most of the questions are coming. Yes, okay. When you're talking about Olympiads, whether it is SOF or Silver Zone or any other Olympiad, they have a set, a fixed kind of a syllabus which needs to be covered. Questions from different books may be very different. Like if you are, targeting Silver Zone, they have their own workbook. When they are, if you're targeting your SOF Olympiad, they have their own workbook. What we in this Olympiad classes, because we are just not targeting our NSO Olympiads or the SOF. What we do in Olympiad 5th standard is we cover up the syllabus which is going to be for all the possible Olympiads which you can take for class 5. So like what sir said, very much we have this syllabus which is going to be covered, and when we make the syllabus, it covers the syllabus for all your possible Olympiads. There are a number of Olympiads except for SOF. There is, like what sir said, CSO, that's a Crest Olympiads, or the Silver Zones, or the Nelta Olympiads. There are lots of that. So we cannot specifically pick up just one specific workbook for one specific Olympiad and target that. We will be covering all the syllabus. And yes, during classes, I will be more than happy to solve the problems. If you're solving the NSO workbook, you can come up with the doubts you've had in that workbook, and I will be more than glad to solve those problems for you. But if I just pick up the NSO workbook, there would be somebody who's doing the Silver Zone Olympiad. So they would want me to do the Silver Zone workbook too. So do you understand? While taking classes, it'll be very difficult to do just workbooks.
Yeah, and then there's a Crest Olympiads workbook also.
Exactly.
There's a Hummingbird Olympiad workbook
Right,
also.
exactly.
So there's no limit to that, right?
So definitely all the students should solve the workbooks on their own and come up with doubts. But maybe it will not be possible for us to do those workbooks during class hours.
Yes, absolutely. And Zara, to your question, like she's asking me privately, so how can we view the result? So you have to just go to their website and check the result. Okay, you have to enter your roll number, I believe, and then you can see your result.
Absolutely. Any further questions? All clear? We can take questions. We can take 2-3 more questions, or else we are going to ask questions. Okay, so I think we have people with wonderful ranks. So thanks, Avik, thanks, Tejas. I think you guys are wonderful, and this is what keeps us moving actually. So if you really think about, okay, Naitik has got 6th rank and NSO rank. I think it is wonderful, and we have wonderful set of students. So I think one of the other benefits is that I think the kind of peer group that you get, right? The peer group is so strong because most of the students, right, they are some of the rank holders, and I think that is what I think people need to learn with each other. I also got 100 out of 100. Okay, very good, Mokshish. Okay, great then. So let me ask a few questions. So on what days of the week the classes are going to take place? Let's see. I think we have smart students, Wednesday and Monday. Okay, that's wonderful, Naitik. Good, very fast as well. And what time of the day the classes are going to take place? Okay, okay, great. What time of the day the classes are going to take place? 6:30 to 7:45. Sure. Okay, it is 6:30 to 7:45, right, Aarti?
Yes, sir.
I think that's right. Okay, good then. So I think we can get started now. So there's one personal question which has come in, and I think I really want to put it. So there's one question that in case somebody is not satisfied with the class, what happens? My recommendation is that see, this is the reason why we have this demo. You actually get a chance to talk to the mentor directly and get the feedback directly. Because I know that there are some students who say that they're not able to cope up with the pressure. Some parents will say that I've handed over the child to you and then you're not able to do well. I'll just give an example. So there was a mother last year and she was traveling, I think, across different countries, and she was traveling. I think she was always traveling, right? She didn't even realize that her son was not attending the class for like last 6 or 7 sessions. So one recommendation, right? People who say that they're not satisfied, I think few questions that you need to really ask for yourself is that, are you really taking care of all the practice tests, all the assignments that are given, the reading material that is given on a site? Is your child doing that or not? Second thing that you need to check for yourself is, are there doubts which the student is coming and he or she is able to clarify in the next class or not? If these 2 or 3 things, and obviously the student is attending the class regularly or not, there's absolutely no reason why your child will not be able to cope up if he's spending sufficient time. And I think that is the reason we have also mentioned in our presentation that student has to spend time. Please don't send the child to the class and assume that his concepts will be totally clear. And I think if that is the expectation, then don't enroll your child in this class for sure. So I think this was a comment that came personally to me, that in case what happens if you are not satisfied, because we have some of the best faculty in place and we have some of the best curriculum in place, and we get a lot of rank holders every year. So I don't have any doubt about our faculty as well as our team. I think then people have to ensure that the amount of work that is required from the student, right, is that taken care of not? And even after that, there's a problem, then you should please let us know. Second thing that I would ask you to tell is that, or way to evaluate whether you should enroll your child in this class or not is, see, Olympiad exams are little difficult and they are little tougher than the regular school curriculum. If your child is struggling with the regular school curriculum, then these classes are going to be tough for the child. And in that case, my recommendation would be that please don't enroll your child for these classes, because there are people who are not able to cope up, and obviously then they complain and they're not also putting effort at home, because grade 5 is not a class where even an average student cannot cope up. I mean, if he or she is able to spend good amount of time at home. Okay. Yeah. Is there any other question? What about other subjects? So Kavya, I think we have already shared the details about the batch fee details, so you can find out about other things. So for sure, you'll be able to find out details about other batches.
Yeah.
Siddharth is saying that sorry, he's late, and I don't know whether he wants us to repeat everything, but we have a Facebook link, which I think Aarti is going to share. You can just go and visit, and you can actually see the entire recording once again. Okay, if there are no further questions, should we start the demo? Okay, I think a lot of people were waiting with their yes. So, ma'am, I think you should get started. Thanks a lot, students.
Okay, so good evening. After the formal introduction that we have had about, what is the Olympiad classes going to be like and what the platform is like, here we are going to start off with actually discussing one certain topic of science. All through in 4th standard, you must have done quite a number of topics of science. Like you must have done plants, you must have done animals, maybe basics of human body. Today, I will be starting something absolutely new for all of you. Okay. The topic that I will be taking up today is called as force. I know this group of mine. One second, just give me a minute. Can all of you see my whiteboard?
It is loading actually. I don't think it is loaded so far, at least for me.
Yeah, it's still loading.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, it's still loading.
Okay. I think that will be something else. Okay. Yes. Just a minute, children.
Oh, did we miss?
It seems that she would be having some internet connectivity issues. Oh, she's back?
Yes, I'm back again.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Right. Yes, there was just a bit of lag. I'm really sorry for that. Okay. So children, our topic that we would be discussing today is to understand what is force and what is work, and to understand what are simple machines. During my classes, I have a lot of interaction with the kids because I don't want it to be just, one-sided talk. So I would like any one of you to just raise your hands and tell me what comes to your mind when I just write down this word simple machine. What comes to your mind? Okay. Yes, Siddharth? Can I unmute you? Yes, I can. Yes, Siddharth.
Yes, ma'am. And simple machines, ma'am, like machines who are simple to work. Like some things we are simple to work. Like ma'am, from like a well, we have to like water. So ma'am, there is a ma'am. Like ma'am, there are a Caesar. Caesar is a simple machine.
So basically, you feel simple machine is something which is making things simple for you. In very simple words, because it's simple machine, it obviously has to be something which is simple, right? Shreya, what do you think is a simple machine?
I think the simple machine is an everyday machine and materials which help our daily life in simple ways and made simple.
Super. Okay. So something, Sandra, can you say something? Yes, Beta.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, simple machines are machines which make our work easier, ma'am, and it has only lesser parts than the complex one.
Excellent. Oh, I think this is a batch of really smart kids. Okay. Saya, I will ask you the question later. Okay. Because if I ask everybody the question, I might not even finish my demo class today. Okay. So she said it makes work easier. So what are those things that I really want to discuss? Okay. First, all of you said simple machines are something which is used daily, right? You're using some machine daily to make your work easy. Okay. It makes work easy, right? Mokshik, can you tell me what is work? Can you, explain and maybe, tell me what is work? Mokshik, did I unmute you? Where are you? Okay, doesn't matter. Who would want to answer what is work? Naitik. Yes, Bacha.
Ma'am, applying force on an object and moving it is called work.
Super.
Ma'am, if you apply force but the object doesn't move, work is not meant to be done.
Excellent. Okay. So I think, Nitin sir, there is going to be a lot of classes that I will be taking from the students, right? So, excellent, Naitik. Okay. So what is work? Work is said to be done when a certain force is applied. Now, what is force? Force, I'm sure this batch already knows, it's kind of a push or a pull. When a push or a pull is exerted on an object, it's said that force has been applied. Correct? So when a certain force was applied on an object, so I am representing force as these arrows, and this is object A. And if I am able to move this object A from point 1 to point 2, okay, I would say, yes, I have done a certain amount of work. Okay, so like what Siddharth said, ma'am, we use machines to make our work easy in daily life. Right? So all of you now kind of understand that force, work are interconnected with each other. Correct? Now, all of us, it's the human tendency to make things easy. Nobody wants to put in too much of force to do certain work, right? We are all very lazy people. Believe me, even I'm a very lazy person. Okay, I would rather want to, sit at home and just switch on an AC with a remote instead of getting up and switching on the AC button. Right? All of us do that, right? So that's exactly how scientists or inventors came up with their inventions. They tried to make life easy for them, right? So that's how everybody came up with different inventions, correct? So that is how the whole concept of simple machines came about. Okay, so simple machines basically helped us do certain work of daily life but made that work simple. And how could you have made that work simple? By, now all of us understood. Anybody who did not understand what work was? So what did we understand was work was? Work was when a certain amount of push or pull, rather force, was applied on an object and that object was made to move from its resting place. Is this concept clear to everybody? Did everybody understand what exactly is work and what exactly is force? Right? So what did we actually do? We tried to use simple machines to make work easier for us. Or in other words, can I say we are trying to decrease force needed for a certain work, for a certain job? Can I say this? Am I right? Okay, all of you unraise your hands and just tell me if anybody has a doubt in this concept of trying to understand. Anybody, Zara? Are you not able to understand what is work, force, and simple machines? Did you understand this better? I don't think Zara is able to unmute. Okay, so all of you understood this thing? Okay, this whole concept about what work is, how force helps us to do work, and how simple machines help us to decrease the amount of force needed to do that job, right? So, how do we define simple machines? Those machines which help to reduce effort to do work. Okay, now there is a new word that I have introduced here, which is effort. Okay, what is effort? It is nothing but, like I think it was Naitik who said, force, right? It is nothing but the force you apply. Is this clear? So, what are simple machines? Simple machines are those machines or those inventions that help us to reduce the effort to do work, okay? Or reduce the force that you need to do work. Clear? Yes, Siddharth, you have a doubt, Beta? Siddharth?
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am, I had raised my hand that time to answer.
Okay, okay. So I hope this whole concept about simple machines is clear to you. Okay, Chitra. So do you think simple machines are something which is very complex or some, you know, a huge kind of machines that is needed to do work? Can you give me some examples of simple machines that you use, which you have right now around you? Okay, so let us look at different examples of simple machines. Chitra, tell me right now, you're just sitting in front of the laptop. You can look around your room. Can you give me at least 3 examples of simple machines that is there right now?
Ma'am, scissors.
Super. So we know that simple machines don't have to be really very complex. So they are actually very simple. Yes, scissors. 3 more.
Yes, ma'am, like this tape. This is like,
You think tape is a simple machine, Bacha?
no, not the
A
tape.
cutter. The cutter, right?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
tape cutter. Okay, very good. A cutter. Anything else?
Uh,
All of you can raise your hands if you want to just give me, you know, examples of simple machines. Let's give chances to somebody else. Let's see if.
You wanted me to unmute, but no, I got it.
Okay, who's that? Is that Sandra? I'm sorry, I don't know who the me is. Sandra? Yes, can you give me examples?
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have a nail cutter, ma'am,
Okay.
and bell.
And
And
what else?
a bell, ma'am.
A bell. Okay. Let's see. Bell is helping us to do some animation. Yes, beta. Where did animation go?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta. Bolo.
Ma'am, one example is lever.
No, I want, give me the name. Is there a lever around you? What do you have? That we will come to later.
Ma'am, the door lock.
The door lock. Okay. The door lock. Okay. That is good. Shreya Siddharth, you've already given, you know, one answer, so I will not unmute you this time. All right. Okay. I already know you. Yes, Aditi.
Yes, ma'am. For example is shovel.
A shovel. Okay. And other one. Hansika would be the last person I would be unmuting. Yes, Hansika.
Car driving wheel, ma'am.
the car driving wheel. So who are saying maybe the steering wheel are you talking about? The steering. Okay. And I think somebody said, ma'am, we tried to, pull out water from the well. Okay. So can I put that up as a pulley of the wheel of the well? Yeah. Okay. So here you saw different examples of simple machines that are so easily available right around you, right? Okay. Now, if I have to, because we are science students, we don't do anything without, understanding and by classifying them. Okay. So it's very important for all of us to classify whatever we study. So, A, what did we understand about simple machines? We first understood the definition of them. We understood how they function or what is their use, function, or the use of simple machine. We understood examples of simple machines. Okay, right now, what we will now try to understand are all the examples that you gave me of maybe the scissor or the doorknob or the steering wheel or the pulley. Are they the same? Okay, right? So let's classify them. The first most important classification of a simple machine is a lever. The other one is a pulley. Okay, then I can put it as a wheel and axle. Then I can put it up as anybody who wants to add. Yes, Mishti, do you want to add on something here?
Inclined plane.
Super. I think you people already know everything about the simple machines. Okay, Mishti, give me another one. Okay, Chitra, let's ask Chitra. Yes, beta, Chitra.
Ma'am, screw.
Super. Is there something else that I have missed?
Wedge.
Superb. The wedge. Okay, now from this class, I think most of you know how all these, what are these different types of simple machines, right? Okay, anybody in the class who can tell me, let's go to just one of them right now. Okay, can we check the liver? Okay, Zara, can you try to tell me what exactly is a liver?
Ma'am, a liver.
Peter, can you switch on your video? It would be great to see you.
Ma'am, I cannot open it.
It's okay, doesn't matter. Okay, fine. Tell me.
A lever has a fulcrum in between it. It helps us to load things and measure it.
So, can you give me the definition of what is a fulcrum?
Ma'am, a fulcrum is kept in the middle of a lever so
What
that
is
the lever can measure the things.
The liver can measure things. Okay. Let's go to Siti. Siti, do you think Zara is right about what a fulcrum is?
Teacher, actually, I don't know because I'm new in this class.
No problem. It's okay. This is the first class. Doesn't matter. I think this is Ritesh, but I don't know whether that's the same name. But it's Ritesh. If you can try, can you tell me what exactly is a fulcrum?
Ma'am, it's Ritisha.
Okay, it's Ritisha. All right. Okay.
Okay, ma'am, so I think a fulcrum
Mhm.
is exactly like when the support, where the support is put on.
Okay. Hiba, can you try?
Yeah, so ma'am, I would add on to the levers. So basically, a fulcrum balances the load and effort. So we put the effort to get the load up, and there are different stages of fulcrum. I mean, of levers.
Of levers, right? Okay. So basically, all of you kind of grossly know what the fulcrum is, but what exactly is a lever? Now let's just understand, the scientific definition of what a fulcrum is. Fulcrum, like what all of you said, is a support. Yes, but this is a fixed point around which the lever moves. Okay, it's like a fixed point. Okay, so children here, because we are targeting Olympiads, these kind of concepts are really very, very important. Okay, I know all of you grossly know what a fulcrum is like, but you need to exactly know what it means. Okay, so I'll just take a rod. Okay, all of you, I'm sure you know that this is the crowbar, and there is this fixed support which is kept in the center. Okay, and this is what is the fulcrum. Okay, so what exactly is a fulcrum? That fixed, there was, I think, Ritisha who said support, but a support could also keep moving around. Okay, but here when we are understanding fulcrum, you need to know it is fixed. This point does not move whatever you do to the rest of the rod. Okay, right? So when we are understanding what a lever is, we understand three important aspects. Okay, we understand what an effort is, we understand what a load is, and we understand what a fulcrum is. Now, these are three players of the game of the lever. Okay, now this can keep moving around from one place to the other. Okay, it can either move from load being in the center, or maybe the fulcrum being in the center, or maybe the effort being in the center. It could be any of them. Okay, right now, let's play the first game. Okay, in this first game, I am going to put fulcrum in the middle. Okay, and what is the effort? I had just told you in the beginning of the class of what the effort is. Kavya, can you just tell me what I had told you was the effort in the beginning? Yes, tell me.
Effort means the force you apply.
Force I apply. Super, good. So you have been concentrating in class. So that's great. Okay. Yes, effort is basically your force that you apply. Okay. Then, Tejas, can you now tell me what do you think is the load?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, load is the thing which we are lifting.
Exactly. So load is the work that you need to do. Okay. So load is basically some object or something that needs to be moved. Like what Naitik had told us, what is work? Force applied and distance moved. Okay. So when you're applying a certain force, some object that is getting moved is what your load is, right? So I put the fulcrum. Now, I hope all of you understood what the fulcrum is. The right definition of the fulcrum is the fixed point around which the lever moves. Yes, Animesh, you have a doubt?
No, ma'am, I just wanted to tell the definition of fulcrum.
All right, great. Okay, so I just hope you've understood it. Okay, right. So fulcrum is that fixed point or the fixed support around which the lever moves, right? So we can have effort. So I put Animesh sitting here. Okay, this is Animesh here. Okay, so Animesh sitting on this rod and trying to push him down. So what is this going to be, Animesh? This is going to be your effort, right? And what does Animesh try to move? Maybe he is trying to move a pile of books. Okay, because we're studying, I will always take books as my load, right? So this book is going to be what? Animesh, what is it going to be?
Ma'am, the load.
Absolutely right. Oh, great. Okay. So this is going to be your load. Okay. Now, once you have understood that lever is a simple machine which helps us to lift heavy objects and place them from one position to another position. Okay, this is the basic functionality of a lever. Okay, and we understood that in every lever, Okay, there is always going to be a load, an effort, and a fulcrum. Now let us try to understand that levers could be of 3 types. And as far as I think my class here today already knows it. Okay, you know that there is a first class lever, there is the second class of lever, okay, and a third class of lever. Okay, now what does the first class mean? I told you lever is a school where there are just 3 students. Okay, it's only these 3 students who keep changing their class. Okay, so in the first class, fulcrum says, I will sit in the center, let the load and the effort be in different positions. Okay, now in the second class, the fulcrum, now the load says, fulcrum, move out, let me be in the center. You know, you can move to any other position. Okay, and in the third class of lever, we right now will have the effort in the center, have the fulcrum and load on different sides. Okay, now looking at this, we can think about different examples, and because it's a demo, we're not going to go into details about how these different classes of lever work and what makes each class special and how does that help us decrease our effort. Okay, because all these 3 classes, their main idea would be to decrease the effort needed to do your work, else it would not be a simple machine, right? Correct. It has to be a simple machine. So it has to make work easy. So it has to decrease your effort. Right. Correct. Yes, Shri.
I know the example for each of those.
Yes, very good. I'll come to it. Okay. So
Okay.
the easiest way now, again, during classes, while we are doing the concept, I will also stop at the time I feel that things are going to be very important from the Olympiad point of view. Okay. In your Olympiads, most of the questions that come on simple machines are going to be on lever, and they will ask you, give you an example. Like I can see Siddharth already showing me his scissor. Okay. They will give you this example, and they will ask you which class of lever it is. Okay, so it is very important for you to know that fulcrum is in the center in the first, load is in the center in the second, and effort is in the center in the third. Those seems very easy right now. Most of the kids tend to make mistakes with it. Okay, so there is a mnemonic which I give all of them. Okay, when you go in a running race, what you first say? On your marks, get set, 1, 2, and 3. And what happens? You flee. What is the meaning of flee? You run away, right? Okay. So how will you remember it? 1, 2, 3. Let us flee. What do you mean by this? Okay. In the first, you have fulcrum in the middle. In the second, you have load in the middle. In the third, you have effort in the middle. Okay, right? In the first, you have fulcrum, the load, and the effort. So which is the mnemonic that you would remember it as? 1, 2, 3, let us flee. Clear? Okay. So whenever you get, like Siddharth is trying to show me his scissor and he's trying to tell me what? Yes, Siddharth, tell me, what are you trying to tell me?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, ma'am, this is the first class, and ma'am, fulcrum is in the second for a center seat, and ma'am, we pull effort, and ma'am, from this they break some paper. Ma'am, the load.
You cut some paper, exactly. So how will all of you identify what type of a lever it is? First, whatever instrument you take, pick it up. Okay, try to find whatever is there in the center. As soon as you know what is there in the center, you will automatically know whether it is a first, second, or a third class lever. Okay, so this is the approach to every question you will be getting on levers. What will you try to do? Take the instrument, Okay, try to check what is there in the center of that instrument. Think of the mnemonic 1, 2, 3, let us flee, and then you will know whether it is a first class, second class, or third class lever. Okay, right. Too much of talking from ma'am, right? Okay, so I will just very quickly show you one game later on. That's if we have time. Nitin sir, how much time do we have in the for the demo?
Ma'am, we have more 10 minutes.
Just 10 more minutes, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you could remind me, in the last 5 minutes, there is a small simulation game. Okay. So this is something that I always do with most of my kids, because all of you get really bored of listening to math for a very long time, right? So you want to do something, some action, some experiment. Okay. So we will do that in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the class. Okay. Right. So let us quickly go giving examples of first class level. Let's go to, oh, I already have 5. Wow, I love this class. Everybody is so interactive here. Ritisha, sorry. Yes, better.
Yes, sorry, ma'am. So, ma'am, I think for a first class level, it's a scissor, those pliers, and hammer.
Very good. Okay. It's been long since Shrey hasn't answered anything. Yes, Shrey, second class.
The second class lever example is a nutcracker. I mean,
super.
Yes.
So remember, most of your cutters, okay, or your crackers are all second class. Your nutcracker, your bottle opener, okay, all of them are second class levers. Okay, Siddharth, third class.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, for third class, ma'am, ma'am, third class, ma'am, ma'am, for
Third class. I know this is a little difficult. Don't worry. It's generally the fishing rod.
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
fishing rod, and ma'am,
Then your flag hoisting pole is also a third class lever. Okay. And sometimes people put, the nail cutter also as a third class lever. And then you also have the broom. Your broomstick at home is also a lever. Okay. It also behaves as a third class lever. Okay. So did all of you understand the different examples of all the different types of levers? Yeah. Okay, so now before I just end this session and I show you a very interesting, simulation. Okay, let me just quickly check if anybody has any doubts. If you have no doubts, yes, that's an stapler, right? Okay. Yes. Oh, there are so many doubts. Okay. Yes, Mokshik.
Yes, ma'am, I had doubt in the second class.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you again tell the trick, ma'am, that you said?
Which trick?
Ma'am, 1, 2, 3, go after that. What was?
So 1, okay, okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, let us flee. First class has fulcrum in the middle, second class has load in the middle, third class has the effort in the middle. Okay, with 1, 2, 3, let us flee. Okay, so remember that you will never ever forget, to identify the classifications of liver. Yes, Ritisha. Okay, 3 more doubts, and my pleasure always. 3 more doubts, and we will, go ahead. Yes, Ritisha. Quick.
Ma'am, so for the stapler, I'm confused. Like, which is it in the second class level or the third class level?
Yes. Okay, so that's like a very interesting thing. Depending on now, if you have to differentiate between the second and the third, what would you have to know? What should be there in the middle? If you
for the second class, the load should be in the middle.
So if you keep the paper, there are different types of, staplers. If you keep the paper in the middle, Okay, and you've pressed at the corner. So I'll just show you this picture. Okay, I am not an artist. I might be really bad at my, diagram. So please bear with me. This is the best stapler I can draw. Okay, so sometimes if you keep your paper here, okay, now do you see this, Ritisha? You for sure know this is where the fulcrum is, right?
Yes.
Correct.
That's
Now, if you have kept your load here and pressed here, what kind of a lever will this be, Ritisha?
That's a second class level.
Super. Now, let me just change this. If I tend to press here, now sometimes you might just keep it here, and I have kept my paper here. What does this become?
That'll become a third class level now.
Do you get this? So this is one standard, a problem which people have about the nails. I mean, the stapler, whether it is second class or third class. So generally in your Olympiads, they have considered stapler as a second class level. Okay, remember, they have considered it, but like what you said, it is confusing. Yet it also can be classified as a third class level. Okay, right. Yes, Siti.
Teacher, I didn't understand that how you give the example of 1, 2, 3 like load.
Oh, it's not an example, it's the way for you to remember. Now, these are tricks that you have to remember when you are studying something. They are called as mnemonics. Okay, you know that in the first class there is a fulcrum, in the second class there is a load, in the third class there is an effort, right? So this is mnemonics. So these are shortcuts that you have to create on your own for you to remember quickly. Okay, so this was a shortcut or a mnemonic. There is no scientific background behind it. Okay, but this is a way for you to remember. Okay, right? Yes. And you should always do this when you are studying science. You should always think about, so in classes, there will be a lot of other shortcuts that I will be teaching you about how to remember topics. Yes, Kavya.
I had no doubt.
Oh, you have no doubts? Okay. The last one doubt I take. Yes, Sayed, that would be your last doubt.
Yes, I wanted to say in first another item like rubber coated cutters which we call plastic in Hindi is a first class labor.
Yes, okay. Yes, they are cutters again. So that's something like a scissor. Yes. Right. Okay. So, all right. Okay. So the rest of you, maybe when you join classes, because we have very limited time today, I won't be able to take everybody's doubts, but definitely if there are more doubts, you can maybe send it to Olympiad Success, and maybe if you join classes, I can definitely solve your doubts. Okay. So what I generally do after my class is try to show you a simulation. Okay, right. Oh, okay. I think this is not opening in mind right now. But these are levels. I can show this to you during the class. I can show you one of simulation of an inclined plane. Okay, so this is something that we will be doing in class. So what I will be doing in class is this is an inclined plane, like what you can see. Inclined plane is nothing but a slant surface through which you can take a force. Okay, so here you can see that this stick, now this is a small game that you can play. This is the stick which is placed over this surface, and you make I hope all of you can see the screen. Can you see the screen, all of you? Yes, all right. Okay, so the inclined plane is nothing but this surface which is kept over the ground, and here in this game what you're going to be doing, okay, is try to see what is the minimum effort the ant is going to take to lift up this, I think that's the blueberry here. Okay, let us see if the ant is able to lift this blueberry over this. Now, can you see what I've done? I have tried to change or lengthen up the inclined plane. Okay, and we will see whether, see, she's not able to. So what do I either do? I get more ants to do it. Let's see if they're able to. So A, how can work be done? Either you increase your effort, but is it possible to do this every time? Is it wise to keep increasing your effort every time? No. So what do I do now? Okay, this time I'm going to change my inclination. Now see, he's still not able to do it. So this is okay. So this time, just two ants can also help doing it. So can you see that an increase in an increase in the inclined plane was able to lift up this object? Okay, so during class we will be doing different these kind of simulations to understand the concept of how simple machines make things easy. All right. Okay, so I think we are 8:15. Do we have time now? Can I just stop sharing and stop the presentation?
Thank you. Thank you for the wonderful session, ma'am.
Yeah, all right.
Students, you can let us know in the chat box how was the session.
This is a simulation game, Dipanshi. Okay, these are simulations that are going to be done during class for all of you to understand. I did not have enough of time. I would have otherwise showed you a video also for you to understand the concept behind it. Okay, so this is basically how we're going to be taking the class, right? Thank you so much.
We get very good adjectives here, ma'am. The
Thank
session
you
was
so
awesome.
much. Oh, that is so
was
sweet,
fun,
Shreya.
wonderful, amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure always.
Thank you, kids, for the wonderful response. Kids, I have shared one link in the chat box. Please save this link. Okay. So to register for the live class, you can just go on this link for registering for the live classes. Now, ma'am will meet you in the live classes. Okay, students. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, kids, for today's
So
wonderful session. Yeah. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Could I leave?
Bye. Yes, ma'am. We can end the call. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. And thank you all kids for joining the class. It was a pleasure being with all of you. Thank you so much.